Welcome to the
We
town
live,
talk.
y'all. Come on.
In a vibe too.
Yeah,
Come
we're
on.
gonna start this off on a good smooth one today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Who's the three best rappers ever alive? Dylan.
And
Dylan. Yo. Welcome to the town talk. It's another Tuesday.
Good. We got good audio.
We good?
Yeah, we good.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Welcome to another Town Talk. I am Skip Jones, J-Skip.
I am Stunt, aka Late Bloomer Lou.
You are here with the Class Clowns.
Welcome to another one.
Come
Yes,
on.
sir.
Let's go. So what are we talking about today?
Well, we gotta introduce, the fact that our brother,
Yes, sir.
from another mother
And another
on
town.
the Lone Range, made it big last night. He's on NBC's American Song Contest, and it's no other than Ryan Charles with that new boot goofing, and it's produced by.
Check it out.
Come on, you got to check it out. But it's produced by no other than
Case closed.
our brother. Come
yes,
on,
indeed. Top producer in town.
Oh, absolutely, definitely a legendary engineer. He's the one that got dropouts crisp and clear, and our projects from so on and so
Definitely
forth.
couldn't do without him.
Yeah, definitely can't do without him. Oh yeah.
Shoot.
Fix that.
Let's see.
Yeah.
What was ABC yesterday, right?
Yeah,
ABC.
ABC.
Multiple states, or some of the states that they have.
Oh.
We've seen
there was
Connecticut.
Yeah, Connecticut surprised me because that was by someone who is not local. Well, they're local.
Amateur.
They're local,
Not
but they're
an
not amateur. And a very known singer at that. It was Michael Bolton. So he's a household name.
As
at
a
least
representative of the state.
At least I thought so, especially in the music world. So I don't know why they did that. Hopefully it's not rigged. I hope it's not rigged because Ryan Charles did his thing last night.
Oh yeah.
Please check out that performance and vote for him.
Once again,
the polls are open until tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern time. So that's like 4 a.m. here. So run it up all night.
Yeah,
tonight.
Get your votes in. They're going to be on ABC app, TikTok, or online on abc.com. Vote for Ryan Charles, state of Wyoming.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy, man.
Yeah.
He was talking about how, Wyoming was really messing with him in Tennessee and all that, so he made the move out there, and he just blew up ever since.
Exactly.
We already knew what he had, though. We knew what was going on. We've done something with Ryan Charles. We've been in the studio with Ryan Charles. So it's finally good to see that twang finally, the world's seen that twang from Ryan Charles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's deserving because, we've seen the whole rise of the Western rap,
Mm-hmm.
And that's going back from when he first came to town. And when he first came to town, this is like something that literally you just look back on like, man, that was fate. Because out of all the people, he went to Seattle on just a whim. On a whim to, better his rap career and everything and become, more, in the music world and try to build a name for himself. But out of all the people in Washington State, in Seattle as a city, on Capitol Hill, he met my brother, Chiefin. He met, in that same night. Of course, gang. He met the whole gang that night because of the way, my brother is just like me. If you really can sense the vibe off tops, you're gonna introduce him to the whole crew to try to figure him out.
Mm-hmm.
And bro is literally, he's one of us. That's the reason why it was fate for him coming down. He ended up building crazy relationships with the whole Moore gang, Nacho Picasso, Jarv D, Gifty Gab, doing songs with, of course, Sam LaChow. That's our brother too. Like, he just jumped into the Seattle music scene. That's why he's one of us.
Mm-hmm.
He really is one of us because he does music with us. Anytime he comes back to the city, he always taps in. So, that's someone who is a transplant. He is for sure from Wyoming, I'm proud he's repping Wyoming, but he's also repping us. He's repping the town when he's on that stage. So, please cash your votes in. Please, support him too. Run his music up. I think we got we should have his music videos in the playlist. If not, we're getting to do it. We'll get all his videos on the playlist because that's someone who is from the town. And we love him. You know, he really is a part of our family. Went to our family events and stuff like that. Like he really is like one of us. Yeah, he's one of us.
We're gonna have to get him on here too.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. He's gonna get on here and he's gonna talk his talk.
We definitely gotta ask him, about the difference of when he moved. I know he had to come up with a different chip on his.
Oh, for sure.
For
sure. For sure.
So definitely, we're going to have to tap in and ask him some questions.
Oh, yeah. But definitely be also on the lookout for our music with him, and with Case Close too, because, supporting this is also boosting everybody because everybody's connected. Cotty done projects with a whole bunch of people, and then, that just feeds into when Cotty gets, his recognition, people are looking at Ryan Charles' music, people are looking at what Cotty's produced, then they're looking at what Skeets has produced. Then they're looking at what everybody has done, like in the whole realm of just the connections. Because
don't even know that it's a whole network.
Exactly, we already basically laid the foundation. It's just us getting that notoriety right now with Ryan Charles being on stage of all people. Indeed. But he's doing his thing, and we're all behind it, and we're hoping that this can just be another a turn of the wheel because we also got Mafi D, who's down in the South by Southwest.
Yep, he's doing a concert right now, I believe.
Yep, exactly. Anywhere these guys go, they're gonna carry the town with them. Anybody that's gonna tap into their music is gonna.
We see it all the time.
It's a direct feed right into everybody else's music because everybody who's real in the town messes with everybody. Their town, their music is already featured other artists and stuff like that, and you could just see the. Who also is similar to him and stuff like that, especially if you're looking at the YouTube videos and stuff like that.
You can see the community.
For sure. But, I mean, we're proud of everybody that's making noise in the town, but especially taking it to that national stage, and showing out like that. And that it's going to be a direct, has Snoop.
To the boot goofing, man.
Snoop of all people. That's literally that's a dream come true. And I already know that, he's thinking the same way as soon as he probably seen it. He just didn't want to, make a reaction. But man, you got Snoop crip walking to your music, especially a cowboy song, New Boot Goofing about getting some new boots. And
Snoop is he's doing his thing too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You never know if they're gonna make something happen. Sure. That's what I'm saying.
I'd love to see it. I gotta see it.
That's what I'm saying. Ryan Charles is a talent. Yeah. That's someone who I am 150%, 250%, 1,000%, like 1,000,000% behind. Like I'll show Ryan Charles. I've shown even his more country songs to people, and they've wowed people. Like in a Winnebago.
Side of come on, man.
We gotta. Wow. Yeah, we gotta play that one too, because that one goes crazy. But I mean, his just versatility as an artist and how he's taking the Seattle type rap that we've had, like that flow and stuff like that, and also taking that party flow of my brother and stuff like that. He just puts it all in one pot, and you can just see it all on stage, You could just tell he wasn't just from Wyoming. Like the way he was on stage and the way, the songs is
that twang.
Yeah, that twang developed in the town, and also it boosted other people around him. People got a part of that. We got a part of that to where we don't even have to rock jewelry to be twanged out, rocking the gems and the stones and stuff.
Right,
it's just as popping and flashy as just rocking some diamonds and stuff like that. Being that he's a cowboy, he was someone who really put an emphasis on that style when he first came here. And really got my brother into it too, because our native ancestries, we wear a lot of stones and stuff like that, but growing up in this culture, we're always just looking at the gold and the diamonds and stuff that's really shiny. So it's like you kind of look over it, if you were passing it, in a jewelry store or something like that. But I mean, those stones actually, some of them have power.
Yeah, and high significance and value.
Exactly.
Way more important than actual physical value.
Exactly. For sure.
Well, once again, shout out to Ryan Charles, and get that vote on ABC app or on the TikTok app or on abc.com. We need that. We need that. So you need to see him hit the finals and get that championship.
Oh, man. We need it. And we need him to stop cheating with getting these artists that are amateurs. Like Michael Bolton.
That's crazy.
They should let him go the first round and just he's not hurt. He's not hurt if he loses first round is what I'm saying. Like he might just be the only artist from Connecticut is why they just put him on there. But
just by default.
But come on, he's on national TV. Like he's someone who has sold out concerts. Like we're not gonna act like Michael Bolton isn't a household name. But yeah, Ryan Charles is doing his thing against some heavy hitters.
So what we got next on our schedule?
Oh yeah, we gotta get it kicked off with the other big announcements. Hey, Town Talk Tuesday episode 10, y'all.
Okay.
This is
okay.
Some more history.
2 digits. Okay.
Come on, this is some more history. We 10 straight weeks with it, man. Shout out to you guys for being so consistent. And other viewers is loving y'all, man.
Oh man, shout out to the viewers and the subscribers.
For sure.
Yeah, really tapping into this Town Talk, and we appreciate it all day, every day.
Come on, y'all, man. We appreciate that. Also, our Town Talk podcast Instagram channel has been going up. Every single video we post on YouTube, we also have like the fashion show every day on Instagram. So
you see it.
We just went through all the fashion these guys came through every time. They're definitely leading with the most flicks up there because they're the most consistent. So come on.
Hey, come on.
It ain't nothing. It's a lifestyle.
Hey, it's just a new wave, man.
It's a new wave. But yeah, let's see what else we got here. We can go over something else real quick.
Ooh,
oh yeah, skip day.
Sport talk.
But first, talk about your skip day stuff again.
Oh yeah,
remind me one more time about that.
So, as y'all know, skip day, April 29th. It's a Friday, so it should be a pretty peaceful night. As far as anything really going on, in sports wise. But it's right in front of Lumen Field, Seahawks Stadium. And, in that alley of leading to Safeco Field and right in front of the, what's that again, center? The
WAMU.
Yeah, the WAMU Theater. And, it's right on that alley. And I'm going to have some food vendors. I'm not going to say any names until it's really locked in, And it's a big surprise, too. So, I want y'all to really be tapped in for that. But, yeah, it's going to be from 8 to whenever we close, around 1:32, something like that. But we got themed drinks. It's the 27 Club, so it's a real players ball. Obviously, we're right next to the stadium, so it's a real official players ball. Come in your 70s drip. Come how you think the real players play, man.
Yes. So once again, we got Skip Day 2022 going to be at the Gantry Bar, right across the street from Lumen Field.
Yes, sir.
From 8 p.m. to whenever the doors close.
Yes, sir. Gonna have the whole dance floor open. Gonna have the outdoor patio so everybody can get their chief on.
Food,
but
drinks.
With the food and
enjoy yourself, and we're gonna have fun.
Yeah, most of all, we're gonna have fun and invite. This is a chance. Like this is what I'm saying. This birthday is really special to me because I'm trying to bridge the gap for our elders and this new generation coming forth. So invite your mom, invite your pops, invite your auntie, invite your granny if she really down to kick it, man. Because that's what we all doing and bringing in a new era. We're going to really leave an emphasis to these guys, especially that we can go on and carry that legacy going forth and that we can do it peacefully. We can do it with love and we can celebrate it.
Come on.
That's what we're here for.
Skip Day 22. We really changing the whole narrative.
If you got half as much positive energy as that, y'all gotta be there, man.
For sure.
But shoot, let's loose up, kick it over to sports. Man. Seahawks are looking like one of only 2 teams in the NFL that are struggling to still choose a quarterback. So how are you guys feeling right now? Who do you think is going to be our quarterback?
Well, I think when you think of quarterback decision, obviously we talk about the Seahawks. We've been locked in for so long that we forget our former quarterback situations, like when times were, tense and stuff like that. So what it really comes down to is they haven't even started training camp. They haven't even started,
practicing,
any real camps,
playbook work,
so
anything like that.
If you're not even looking at people, obviously it's not even going to be an answer right now. You would be just tossing someone's name up there just to say it. You know, the only official quarterback on roster that's been on roster since last year was Jacob Eason. So, you know, we could say him. We could say Drew Luck because he just got traded. We could say Geno, but he's a free agent right now and he hasn't got picked up. We could say Cap, but he hasn't even been, you know, for real had a workout, you know? Yeah.
So. I think it's definitely a pretty much a toss-up right now. I think it's one of the situations where only time can tell.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, me, I don't know where I want to see the Seahawks quarterback position go to.
Yeah.
But, that's a toughie.
Whoa. What about between Eason and Locke that we already have currently on the roster?
I'm with Eason.
I'm with Eason, for sure.
And tell the viewers why you think so.
Oh, man. I've watched Eason for a few years now. Back at UW. I seen him play live. He tore up the Cougs one good time. But after Skip really showed me his highlights, like the last couple of weeks, I really tapped in on him, and I really could see like where we're going with this. And wow, he could possibly and very much beat the other quarterbacks for the starting position, pretty much.
Facts.
You got a 6'5", 6'6" quarterback with a strong arm.
Yeah.
He be throwing it. He be getting it there. He gets in a nice tight pockets. So
tight pockets.
I think for chance-wise, I think Jacob Eason should definitely get that chance right now, even as the youngest quarterback on the roster.
Facts.
And I think he might show up Drew Luck.
Exactly. And I mean, that's what everybody kind of wants, too. Everybody's been saying, like, draft a QB. Well, Eason just got drafted last year. Like, you know.
He practically already has that.
He practically is just drafted. We could spend our pick. You know, I don't want to spoil it for the Seahawks, but we could spend that pick on someone who is highly more valuable, who we know is going to be a potential Hall of Famer, you know. We're just going we're just going to take it there. We obviously didn't pay someone on our defensive side that was significant, and we have that basically as an open window because we have a cornerback that's it's a cornerback that's returning and a corner that is still healing up from last year. So I mean that top 10 pick.
We gotta go for Sauce.
You know, we're going for someone
talk about why you think we should draft him.
And to be honest, why we should draft him, not only does he have the size, he has the capability, but he just has that grit that we're looking for as far as what do you do, like once you get the ball, what do you do after? Or what do you do when the ball's in the air? Like, are you looking to pick it? Are you looking to just bat it down? He's looking for the pick every time. And not only is he looking for the pick, he's looking for the pick six. And anybody that's like that is I think who Pete is looking for, because that's someone who's not only, you know, is not aware of the route being ran, but he's aware of the ball in the air. When the ball's in the air, you know, you're least likely to commit, you know, flags if you know when the ball's in the air and you're going after the ball yourself.
He's a true ball hawk.
Like we've been used to corners. I mean, since LOB, we've been used to these new age corners that are just like keeping up with these wide receivers and like, you know, just trying to defend them from getting the ball rather than being the one who is trying to get the ball. Mm-hmm. We haven't had that since
Sherm.
Well, after Sherm left, I think Jeremy Lane was a little. I mean, he was young during the LOB, but he was someone who was like on the.
It's only Griffin. If not, we had that.
Griffin, I mean, he didn't have enough picks, like to where it was like,
if any,
like you know, 2, 3, and he did have a lot of drops. Like he didn't have no hands, like, and that sucks to say, but I mean, he had a cool little stint here.
Yeah, I haven't had a corner impress me since Trey Brown, so I hope he.
That's what I'm saying. And Trey Brown was on full lockdown. People were just, you know, not getting the ball over there, just not at all. But someone like Sauce who can track that ball. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm for it. And not only that, we gotta look at the other side. Someone who can hit and tackle. Mm-hmm. We've seen those highlights.
Right.
We know he's a big body that knows how to use that body. Mm-hmm. You know, he's someone who knows how to properly tackle, properly hit, isn't gonna be, you know, flagged a lot. So why not take that risk?
Right.
I mean, you know, that's a no-brainer. But back to Eason, I mean, Eason's a hometown kid, like I was saying. Like, that's someone who's going to play with that extra grit, that extra more pride that you have when you're feeling like my first place that I got drafted to didn't work out. So they might be looking at like, is this like really a second chance for me, or is this, overall he's just looking at this as this is the biggest opportunity. Not only did, Russell leave and now has just a wide open spot that, is a big question mark as far as who they've already brung in. Right. He's already looking at it like the competition's this close. This is right here. Mm-hmm. Like he's going to play with that extra more grit. Like, he hasn't even, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even going to say this is a thing, but I mean, bro has a lot more followers than Drew Lock, and he hasn't posted anything since the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Like, well, technically since the offseason, like January. But he's someone who's been known to be on socials and stuff. So I'm wondering if this was already a thing in the locker room after the offseason, and they were already discussing it. And if they were already discussing the next options at quarterback, and they might have already fed into Eason, like, you could be the starting quarterback next year. Yeah, so he's probably been on grind mode that way before this even happened.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
That made the Seahawks super comfortable to get a rest.
Because it looked like it was too cliche for Geno to post that highlight video when he did. That makes it seem like these guys have already known since the offseason what was to be. Like, Russ wasn't going to be on the team next year. Right. We don't know our quarterback situation. So everybody was already in grind mode. But I'm saying if Eason already had that much of a head start, like Drew Lock didn't know he was going to get traded. No. He's the one that didn't know he was going to get traded. And then he came here, and I mean, they're building up his market, marketability just by, talking about his, like, highlights from 2 years ago. But I mean, they were already high on Eason when they brought him in last year, which only leads me to believe that if you're already high on him last year when Russ was quarterback and Russ was on his way back, and you were talking about him potentially starting over Geno, he just wasn't familiar with the playbook, was his downfall because he had just came in. That's why I was like, he's already set up. Mm-hmm. Like, Pete was already talking highly of him, like, and that's the hometown kid that's just going to play with and we need that. We haven't had that since Jermaine Kearse. Yeah. I mean, really. Yeah. And I mean, now we got some players that he's already played with on both sides of the football. Mm-hmm. We got Will Dissly, who just signed, who I think it was his last year before he got drafted when Eason came back. Yep. So he had, 1 year with Eason. But we got Cody Barton, or is it Cody Barton? Or no, Ben Burke-Irvin. Ben Burke-Irvin from UW in his era too, which is like, that's some players that can already vouch for him in his type of leadership too.
Shoot. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's all a toss up. We'll get it whenever we get it.
For sure.
We need to do a mock draft next month before the draft.
For sure, we got
do a live mock draft. That'd be heat.
We got a lot of picks this year, so we got plenty.
I think this is gonna be our most exciting draft.
I feel like
we might be doing some trading
since DK's draft, because
we had 5 picks in that one. But we didn't have. We
had 5, but it was exciting anticipating DK because DK was left on the board for so long. I mean, that was just like he had the viral combine video and everything, and he met Pete Carroll with his shirt off and everything. Right. That's why it was just like it was like super hyped up, super amped up. Who's gonna pick DK? And they picked bums over DK, and I'm so thankful for the NFL teams that don't want to win. I am so thankful for the Patriots picking N'Keal Harry over DK. I am so thankful for the Eagles picking who they pick over DK.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
Oh yeah, do that. I'm so thankful for everybody picking wide receivers before DK because I was praying to the football gods. Please, Seattle draft DK. Yeah. It don't even matter if we suck.
I remember that day.
It doesn't matter if we suck. All I do is want this guy on our team, and I know he can do big things for us. And wow, has he? Yes, he has. He's done Hall of Fame credible things for us. And yeah, I've loved it ever since, man. That was someone who
you think he's gonna touch Steve?
You said what?
You think he's gonna touch Steve's numbers?
Steve, he already did. his
Well, yeah, but are you going to break him? And catches. You got yards, you got catches, and you got touchdowns, I believe.
Are you talking about in his full career?
Yeah, I mean, Seahawks. You have
the franchise records. Yeah, he's definitely going to break the franchise records. Probably by not this year, next year.
For all time?
Yes. I'm that confident.
Let's see them numbers. Hey, George.
What numbers?
What's Steve Largent's overall for yards?
Okay.
Because DK was going
or you could just look up Seahawks all time. Seahawks all time.
DK holds the record, the rookie record.
Receiving leaders.
Let's see what's going on.
You're about to be blown away.
Joey Galloway. Oh shit, I forgot about Galloway.
No. Go down to football.
Corn Robinson too.
Go all the way down. That don't count.
Oh, you talking about? Huh.
No, go back.
I don't think this is it.
Yeah, they said they got you.
Statista.
No, all the way down.
Football
right
D.
There. Yeah. There you go.
Brian Blades.
That's what I'm saying.
He was second?
It's crazy.
Oh, DK's already number 12 though.
Yeah.
Ty Lockett's number 5.
Hey, Max
They're
Strong.
Max
Strong's technically my uncle because
Sean Alexander, right? As a running back, Sean Alexander right under DK.
So Steve Largent has 13,000.
Yes.
DK would probably need
where's DK
4 more
right
seasons.
Well,
he's right
only
there.
got 2 years, but that's crazy.
But bro got 3,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
3,000. Oh, he's so stupid. By next year, he's already at number 4.
But 13, yeah, he's already at number 4. But that's what I'm saying.
Wait, he can't pass Ty Lockett while they're both still playing.
Yes, he can, and he will. Yes, he can. He will. But yeah, you see my guy Bobby Ingram on there. Yes, sir.
Oh, come on. Daryl Jackson.
Years, number 7. Doug Baldwin, of course. He deserves that number 3 position, number 3 slot right there.
Oh, he deserves it, man. How can anyone?
But yeah, Steve Largent is blowing everybody up the water.
Where'd you say Curse was? Is he up there or not?
Nah, he can't up there like that. I can't believe Jimmy Graham's up there. Like, bro was feeding Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy Graham was eating.
He's only been there for
just
2 years.
3 years, yeah.
He's over Golden Tate. I didn't even, bro. Look at how much
that's
Golden
wild.
Tate. That's wild. Like that's crazy.
I didn't know Jimmy Graham put up yards like that.
He was eating. I just don't know. He wasn't catching touchdowns though. He was getting down the field. He was like a safety blanket for us back then.
Yeah.
Was on the MVP.
Deion Branch. Yeah, these are definitely some superstars. At least Seahawks superstars for us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Let's flip it over to basketball. So my team, we kind of in shambles right now. Steph Curry out to the playoffs. So I want to see what you guys think about who's going to come out the East and West currently.
Well, currently, I think coming out the East. Well, at least who I want to see is at least in that Eastern Conference Championship is I want to see. I gotta say it, Bucks. And hopefully the Nets, but if not the Nets, the Bulls.
Okay.
I want to see the Bulls. And on that Western side, if it's not, I mean, we could hope for the Warriors, but I don't know. It's looking tough with the injury to Steph, and hopefully they can man the ship.
I have the Warriors on the West too.
But the Warriors, or year in year out, the Nuggets.
Yeah.
The Suns,
I
feel like people have kind of figured them out. Like they're good. It's just
in the playoffs, you just have to double team Booker.
Yeah,
and it's over.
Yeah.
We'll see though. It's interesting. I mean, who knows if the Clippers get magically healthy and Kawhi is, Kawhi could just magically.
And Paul George have been putting up shots like in the gym and like they're looking good. It's crazy. I don't know
That's
when
what
they're
I'm
going to
saying.
be back though, but they look good to me.
Yeah, who knows when they're going to be back? If they're going to be back, if they're just content with just cooling and hooping in LA, like they really don't want to win a chip. But
yeah, I see this guy. I feel like this is going to be a pretty big off season.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see a lot of changes, a lot of players moving around, moving and grooving.
Well, I mean, we got to speak on it. Big Bro had a long, I think he had a Hall of Fame type career, but Maul C finally stepped away from the game.
Shout out to Jamal Crawford.
Shout out the OG.
Retirement.
Shout out,
the sixth man. You know, GOAT. You know, that should be his nickname. The sixth man, man. The sixth man. Yeah. For real, GOAT. You know, did so much for the town, but not only for the town, so much for the NBA. You know, evolving the game of, you know, how ball handlers really handle the ball and changing the game as far as, man, his passes, his lobs, just, man, his whole style of game. So many people have paid homage to, rightfully so, and just you just see how much he's just contributed to this next generation of being flashy but also professional, you know. Yeah. And he brought a lot to that game, and he holds the record, which I think is untouchable. I don't think anybody else is going to get close, which I say you might as well go to the Hall of Fame for that, but 4-point plays.
Yeah.
You know, who's going to have, and he has like 55 or something like that. Like, who's going to have, like, the next person who has the most, I think might even be like James Harden with like 13. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's 55. Like, what are you going to catch up to that? Like, bro, 4-point plays, that means you got to get someone to foul you at the 3-point line. And Steph shoots so far from the 3 that no one's going to foul him.
And the way that the rules are now, you're not really going to get fouled off of shooting unless someone's underneath.
Exactly. So yeah, 4-point plays are really out. For really out. So
shout out to Jamal Crawford for sure. He's the true definition of OG.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how OG really should be moving.
And always giving back to your community. You can talk about a lot of OGs in this game, but how many people have really brought as many NBA players to the league as he has? You know,
vouch for a lot.
Not only from my school, well, our school of Rainier Beach, but for the whole Seattle area, just putting people on, making their names notable, bringing them to the pro-am, building their image, their fan base, their credibility among coaches and stuff like that. Just just building their name, for them. Just giving out free publicity. It costs nothing to retweet someone or just shout out someone, and he constantly does that for like the local players. Especially when he sees them doing good. So you just have to credit that. That's a for real OG that
he deserves his flowers.
Yeah, he's put a lot of young players, in the league who have gave them his rightful, credibility and everything like that. Baby boy, KP, there's a lot of guys other than that owe him that credit too. Nate Robb, Terrence Williams. I mean, there's numerous. That's what I'm saying. Beyond neighborhoods, because he's the one that bridged the gap through hoop. Like he was someone who came back to the town. I mean, Doug Christie, he's from Beach too, and he started the pro-am, but someone who really came back to the town and really
every time
put an emphasis on having like these tournaments, having the pro-am at SPU and featuring like college students and sweet college students, like high schoolers that were building up their name and everything, and then mixing it with NBA players, mixing it with town legends, like people who are already known. So
I think overall just him bringing basketball, just keeping basketball culture in Seattle.
Facts.
With us not having the Seattle Supersonics, and no NBA players to look up to like that.
Facts.
We're definitely keeping that professionalism of basketball
Facts.
in town.
Facts.
And it's huge.
Facts. And I believe that, when we do get the team back, when we get the team back, he deserves a coaching position, whatever it is, whether it's
GM.
I mean, I wouldn't give him GM, but but I'm saying if he wanted to try out for head coach, I wouldn't mind a head coach, Jamal Crawford, head coach of the Supersonics, or assistant head coach, and us bring back Lenny Wilkins or Nate McMillan or one of those guys. Even Gary Payton, I'm pretty sure he'll be the first to be like, let me coach. But I mean, we have a whole lot of Seattle legends.
Did you guys see Gary Payton on the Draymond Green podcast? He talked a lot of Seattle and that he would come back as a position coach.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
because how much he loves Seattle.
He does. He loves the town.
Up here, like restaurants.
Yeah.
He loves it up here. So yeah. GP would definitely be back in the town.
Oh, for sure. I mean, all it is. That's what I'm saying. Once it's a true definition of if you build it, they will come.
Oh, yep.
Like Field of Dreams. Like. If you bring a team to Seattle, I promise you, they will come. From superstars trying to make trades here to coaches trying to come out of retirement to GMs trying to come out of retirement to coaches from college trying to come up to people just like, you'll feel everything from everywhere. Like people will want to come here. Like look at the stats. Look at the stats of who won and went to the finals ever since the Sonics were disbanded. Everybody who was on our roster as a coach became the head coach and went to the finals.
Yep.
The coach of the Raptors was from the Sonics.
Dwayne Casey.
Yep. Freaking obviously Nate McMillan. Who's the other one? Well, I mean, he went to the conference finals, but what's the name from Utah? Quinn Snyder.
He's supposed to be possibly taking over the Lakers' job if Vogel's out of there.
Facts. But I mean, there was a lot of potential here in Seattle, and everybody knew it. It was nothing wrong with, the city, nothing wrong with, internally. All the fact of the matter was the NBA allowed it to be sold to another city. They knew when the dude was buying it from, what's his name? Howard Schultz from Starbucks. And that's why we don't mess with Howard Schultz. We air it out on him anytime he tries to even speak, because he sold it to a dude from Oklahoma City who had pure intentions of moving it, regardless of what the city voted on, whether it was, we even building a whole new arena, which was stupid. We even looked at the capacity and all the requirements to be an NBA, type of arena, and Key Arena still fulfilled it. I don't know what they were really, requiring us to pass, on a levy or anything. All it really was what it seems now is it just seems like a bully tactic to get teams to pay the NBA to stay there. We've seen it with the Kings, and all they did was, flex their muscle. Look what we did to Seattle. Do you want to be like Seattle, not have a team? Because the Kings were on borderline to come here.
Yep.
In Sacramento, paid that $500 million, ticket, that kept their team there. And it's Sacramento. You mean to tell me that Sacramento has a bigger market than Seattle? No, because we have a billionaire market. It doesn't make any sense. But, they use that to, my dad says it all the time too, and I have to agree with him, is that they use it as a scare tactic. Even it happened in Milwaukee right before they won the title. They were like, your guys' arena lease is coming up. If you guys don't fulfill that lease, we're going to move the team elsewhere because we're not going to skip out on a season, and we're going to move them straight to Seattle. You seen what happened to Seattle. They paid that $500 million ticket. They did it with Minnesota Timberwolves when
everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Like they just do it team after team after team until they finally agree to the expansion. But I mean, all they are is just building up this image. I think that is eventually going to come to Seattle, probably in the next 2 years or so. But they're just trying to build up the actual market for the NBA rather than looking to expand and build from there. They're trying to build it up, and then they can place, the team back in Seattle, a team in Vegas, a team in wherever, because that's where they're looking for. They know that they can get Seattle and Vegas a team, but you need two East teams if you want to put in two West teams.
It only makes sense.
But what they could do is you can just switch New Orleans to the East because that's in the East. You can switch OKC to the East too. Yeah. And that could be Vegas and,
Yeah, it's not too hard of a process.
Man, we need the Sonics back. I was never able to get to go to a game.
Fingers crossed, indeed.
Man, we're hoping. The NBA won't be the same until the Sonics are back, and they know that. They know that.
Like, they miss the Supersonics, too. Like,
for sure. For sure. Because, like I said, they took the NBA from Seattle, but Seattle took the NBA. You see who's all there. And you see we're swarming the NBA. We're just going to be more and more. You're going to interview players after the game. So, where do you pay honors from? Oh, I'm from Seattle. Next player. Oh, I'm from the town. Oh, next player. Oh, I'm from the town. Next player.
Yes. I mean, look at March Madness.
One
of our folks from the town, I think, officially secured that number one overall pick.
Paolo. Come on,
man. Shout out Paolo, man.
Shout out.
Yeah, I think, I got no choice. It's them or the Zags, man. I'm going all the way with them.
Hey, and what's greasy is they put us in the same bracket.
As I was about to say, they got to meet ASAP.
They're going to meet before the Final Four at Elite Eight. Yeah. Like if Duke makes, if both teams make it. Yeah. But I mean, it's messed up how they do the
March Madness right now.
But they always do this. Like I feel like the reason why they always like. They take out the good team, like they make the good teams play right before the Final Four, like basically. So a Cinderella team always makes it. Like Baylor, I feel like it's cool they gave them the 1 seed, but I feel like Duke was a 1 seed. Like
Baylor's out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Baylor lost to the Cinderella team, St. Peter's. Yep, St. Peter's, right?
I think Baylor might have lost to UC or to a California team,
or St. Peter's beat.
Yeah,
Kentucky, and then they went to the next round and won that, and then now they're going to. Yep. That's what I'm saying. They're coming out of that bracket, but that bracket had a weak 1 seed. Like Duke should have been a 1 seed over Baylor.
I think UK was the 1 seed.
Nah, Baylor was.
Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Baylor lost to a pretty solid team.
Yeah. But I mean, Zags already played a solid team, Memphis. You know, that went down to the wire. We're going to play another solid team on Thursday. Arkansas, that's another solid team.
Yeah, that should be
good. But, I mean, the fact that Duke is still in that same bracket, like, that should have been someone who they were supposed to face at the Final Four, you know, not at the Elite Eight, you know. I feel like that's kind of early. It's like how they did it with I mean, obviously, they're both from the West Coast, so they eventually had to play. But just how they did it last year with UCLA playing Gonzaga, and then 2 days later was the national championship. Like, they should have had like that more of a space between that game, just because of the type of caliber, you know, of heavyweight, you know, teams that it was. Like Baylor, like no. I give props to Baylor. Baylor beat us last year. Yeah, that's cool. But they damn near blew us out because they didn't even have a real like game to get them there. They played Houston, who was like a Cinderella type story, and they wiped them. Like that wasn't even close. And that was like, you know, they had the same type of rest 2 days before. So I mean, it was like, Zags obviously they're gonna be. They had an overtime win. Like Zags had an overtime win. Like you got to give those kids a break. Like. At least like a 3 day, 4 day.
Every year might be that year. Let's hope for this one.
Yeah, we're hoping for this one.
Zags or Paulo, man.
Hey, for sure. I'm not mad at it. That's what I'm saying. I just wish it wasn't so far away from the national championship that they played each other. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like
that's annoying.
They always do that. They always try to make the powerhouses take each other out first, so it could be always a sneaky team that makes it. Yeah, it's whatever.
It's whatever. People inside the turning.
Yeah.
So we'll close it out on just a little Seattle news story. So
okay, what we got?
There's been a whole lot of pot shop robberies still. And also we got real quick before that part, what do you guys think about the Seattle students walking out over the optional mask policy? That's right, they are protesting freedom of choice.
Hold on,
the kids, they all left yesterday in Seattle and marched to the downtown.
Are they marching for the mask or against it?
They want the mask.
They want the mask. They're mad because it's now optional mandate. They're saying, what? People cannot wear masks near me? Like, they're beefing for that. So, like, they went down there and they're protesting people's choice.
They've been doing it for the last 2 months 2 or 3 months now.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, it is school. Like, obviously, it's a lot of people and everything, and it can get pretty congested.
Have to go back to a family and a home,
exactly.
Older folks, their grandparents, and things like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's why a lot of them are. I mean, of course, we know high school. Some of the kids might be taking advantage of this opportunity to not be in class or.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Protests. We here for it.
For sure.
There are those kids that COVID is seriously affecting everybody.
Exactly.
There are these kids that are, getting their lives are changing over COVID. So. I don't blame them. I guess I really don't blame them for walking out over the mask mandate because I think it's a little too early. It's still a little too early.
It's a little too early. Other countries are still starting to have big pandemics again. Like
facts.
Yeah, we're just not talking about it.
I feel like we're a state that kind of has been like, for the most part, everybody got back. vaccinated. Like everybody has gotten their shot, or at least some sort of booster.
More than 3/4 of the population. So yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, eventually you gotta start turning the wheels. You gotta get things kind of back to normal where people feel free to go outside because there's small businesses, that aren't getting that traffic, at all. Until people feel free to go outside. Like when you're outside though, like that's what I'm saying. For me, like even with the mask mandate over and everything like that, if I'm like in a congested area, like especially like in a tight elevator or
concert,
concert, I'm gonna mask up. I don't want to, I can't believe I didn't mask up before. Like letting you guys breathe my air, but like walking down the street, like you should feel free without that shit. Like if there's no one by you like that, like and it's not a congested area like New York City. I mean, I've never been there, but that type of like vibe where it's highly congested. People are just, obviously on foot traffic. But here, most people whip. Most people got cars. So, I mean, there ain't really nobody on the sidewalks anyways. You should feel free.
Things like that unless you're downtown.
Facts. Right? You should feel free to walk around like mask free and, just be out in the park and stuff like that, you know, and just enjoy the air, in that manner. But, I mean, for these students, that's one of those areas. Like if it's a real crowded classroom, like type vibe, obviously at Beach, we did not have that problem. We had a pretty empty classroom, spaced out, pretty enough people you can count on your two hands, but
solid 10.
But I mean, 10 to 15, something like that. But I mean, at schools where it's really packed and stuff like that, I can see where if you got people who are elderly back at your crib that suffer from complications and stuff like that, or are susceptible to stuff like But I'm pretty sure that that's something that you can talk with the school and you can have something rearranged to where you shouldn't even be at the school anyway. You should be from home, still virtual, but I mean, like I said, just at some point we got to get the wheels turning, and I mean.
Got to.
It shouldn't start in the summer like it happened kind of like last year, like when they started opening up things because things got way out of hand. And now we see the pot shops getting robbed. I mean, violently too. Like, last night they said wasn't it last night where they said somebody got shot and killed?
One of the workers got shot and killed.
Like they're killing people over like workers. Like, these are dispensary workers. These are not even like bank cashiers to where they make a good salary.
And that's what I was going to say. Like we already kind of been. It's the same thing every week. Like we get
it's almost starting to feel like it's not worth it at this point.
Work there and all that.
Everybody wants a super chill, easy job. And there's these are the only ones available right now. And they're dangerous now.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to raise the pay.
They're definitely gonna have to raise the pay. And I think the week before that, one of the suspects got shot and killed.
Yeah,
they found them and chased them up to jail.
Both in Tacoma. So it's been going down.
It's been getting wild, for real.
It's definitely the wild west about these dispensaries.
But I think that's what's happening. They're just taking advantage of people they're hesitating to start getting back more outside. So you have these places that are kind of just susceptible, just like wide open to have things like this happen to where there wasn't police or wasn't anybody really, there to really witness the whole thing, or just, just everything adds up.
Yeah,
so,
definitely sounds staged for sure.
Yeah,
it all sounds like an inside job.
For sure.
Y'all, man, this has been a legendary episode 10 of Town Talk. Shout out to Ryan Charles.
Yes, sir.
Close us out.
My partner. Well, shout out once again to Ryan Charles. Please vote for him. ABC.com. In American Song Contest, Wyoming, Ryan Charles, New Boot Goofing, produced by none other than the town's own Case Closed, our producer / engineer. So this really hits home for us. So once again, please show support, please show that town love. Here we are, Town Talk Tuesdays. I'm J-Skip, Skip Jones,
and I'm Late Bloom Bloomer, aka Stunt Man. We are out. Thank you all for coming through on another Town Talk Tuesday. Yeah,